We are live.
Hi,
Hello,
everybody.
Hi, everybody.
everybody. Welcome, everybody. Today we have a great, wonderful surprise for you. We have Laura from the WLSFA, which stands for Weight Loss Surgery Foundations of America. And she is going to be talking about their program and the wonderful things they are doing. I'm really excited to have her here. And without just kind of going in, let's kind of just give a shout out to her. For those of you who don't know, Brittany and I, Brittany, wave up. We've been on these calls now for probably a year and a half to 2 years. I'm a nurse, and my major goal is to just help give you guys all the tools and resources you need. Brittany is my cohort that really just kind of jumps on these calls to help support that. She is helping with content creation, and also she's one of our marketing specialists, and she also is a territory manager for the East Coast. So for ProCare Health. ProCare Health is our sponsor, so we'll talk a little bit about them too. It looks like we have some people joining us. I'll let Brittany kind of
Yes. Hi, everybody.
say something.
So we're super excited to be here with Laura. As we said, we actually, the first time I met Laura personally was at the retreat that we went to in San Diego in November, and it was great. There was kind of a lot of downtime, so we got some one-on-one time with Laura, and we got to get to know her because her booth was right next to us. So that was really cool. So we got a couple people on here that's new. Someone named Sunshine. Hi. Anita's with us probably every week. Hi, how are you? And Tara, hi. Hello, she says hello, ladies. Hi.
Hello.
I'm trying to get it pulled up on Facebook. Brenda, do you see it?
I kind of think that it must have fluked because I don't see it, but I'll kind of keep checking too as well. I'm on the page as well. So we'll just kind of keep moving forward, but we'll keep an eye out. We can always post it just after we get done. I'll download it and have it available there for us as well. So let's get started. So I just want to say that the WLSFA.
Sorry, we are on here. I'm turning the volume down.
Good news. I'm so excited. So I kind of wanted to say a little bit about the WLSFA.
Yeah, for people who don't know.
Yes, who don't. And I'm going to have Laura give a better detailed description. But really, I feel like they just give hope to people because what they do is they raise funds for obesity for those people who are wanting to have weight loss surgery, and they give grants away to help those people in need. Laura is actually the president and CEO currently of the WLSFA. And with that, Laura, I want you to tell a little bit about yourself and how you kind of came in touch with this organization and what your role is.
Okay, so I am the president and CEO. Assigned to that position right before COVID, right? Let me tell you that our founder is Antonia Namneth, right? And she's still around for help. But anyway, let me tell you a little bit about myself personally. I'm 18 years post-op from gastric bypass. And that was way back when that was all they were doing, right? At least in America, in the States. And so I know firsthand what it's like, that journey, that struggle. I also know that it's not the easy way out, right? Actually, Bill Streetman says it is the easy way out. And, I'm kind of agreeing with him. Being on diet after diet after diet is the hard thing. The yo-yo dieting, losing and gaining and losing and gaining. And, I'm going to say I did take the easy way out, and I'm proud of it. Easy way out because it's something, it's not a diet, it's a way of living. And if we live that way, we're going to keep our weight off and our health up, So I think I look at myself as a successful weight post-op, so that's basically my journey. I wasn't obese when I was younger. I graduated from high school and I was 110 10 pounds, and I just started putting it on, with my pregnancy right away when I got married. And then I have 2 children, and it was just like, I mean, after being thin, for so long, I thought, what am I doing with this weight, So, I mean, I've tried everything under the sun, just like everybody else, and nothing worked, in life. I thought when our first grandson was born, and he was, I guess he was 5. So he's 23 now. I thought, man, I'm not going to live to see him graduate from high school.
Aww.
I'm 5'2.5". And because I'm older, I'm shrinking. Anyway, I thought, I want to live to see him get married and to have great grandchildren. And that just wasn't going to happen, So there was a lot of things that drove me to having weight loss surgery. It was the best thing in my life next to my faith, that, well, okay, and my husband. Okay, that's it. Talk through.
Well, and so Laura, tell us too about a little bit about this organization as far as what they do for people.
Okay, so what we do, there's a lot of people, I don't know I think it's like 60% or maybe it's more, need weight loss surgery. The percentage of obesity in America is a lot higher than 60%. And so most of those people don't have insurance, right? They don't have insurance to cover bariatric surgery, nor do they have the ability to self-pay. So that's why we exist. We exist to help give hope, right, to those people that don't have insurance and don't self-pay. We want them to see their grandchildren have, their grandchildren have children so that they can be great grandmas and great grandfathers. So that's why we exist. We exist to give hope. And our tagline is saving lives one grant at a time. Because that's how we'd like to just say, okay, we're giving out 100 grants, but yeah, it's a slow process because it depends on our support base.
And Laura, I think it would be really appropriate right now to just bring on a picture of some of the people that you've given grants to.
Yeah,
would that be
definitely.
okay?
Well,
I would love
yeah.
doing that. Let me share my screen. And I am going to go to my folder.
There they are.
While you're doing that, I'm just going to say hi to some people that came in a little late. We have Miss Rhonda. Rhonda's with us quite a bit too. Hi, how are you? We have Michelle.
On here.
What did you say, Brenda?
Oh, wow, you got them all on the screen.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
Yeah. So we actually have a few more pictures to put on there. That's a little bit outdated that I sent to her. But we have actually done, as of today, 32 surgeries. That is 29. So you can see that we added 3. We can add 3 more to that. And we just finished up our grant process, and so we are also going to add a few surgeries to that, but it's very confidential who got the grants. So we're not announcing them. We're going to announce them at our event, actually. So if people come to our event in March, they will be there when we announce those grants.
Do we have anybody on the call that is in the Las Vegas area? Because that is where the event is going to be held, and I think we're going to talk about that a little bit later in our discussion today. It looks like Brenda's experiencing some issues. Crowdcast has been a little slow today, so I apologize. But so I think she was just going to share some pictures with everybody. Let's see if it'll let me do it. Because I think I have them right here.
Hey, you and me, Brittany. Oops, there she
She's back! I was just getting ready to pull those pictures up.
Yes. I'm not sure what happened. It's like whenever for whatever reason on my computer, whenever I'm changing screens, it
doesn't like you to share your screen for some reason. I don't know why.
Glad to have you back.
It's always allowed me before, so I don't know what's going on, but I apologize about that.
Do you want me to try and do it, Brenda? Maybe on mine it won't do it?
Yeah.
Did you get those pictures off online on the website?
No,
or
I can send them to you here real quick.
I have it. the Word document here. Is it on here? Previous pictures. Here we go.
Well, I can share how we got started.
Please go ahead and do that. That would be helpful.
Okay, so how we got started is our founder was a self-pay patient, and so she actually could gather up the money and she could self-pay, which was kind of cool. But she had her best buddy had weight loss surgery, and she was an identical twin. And I know about identical twins, but they're very close, identical, a lot of times there's all the things about they think the same and all that other stuff. Her identical twin didn't have surgery. And so it was very hard on both of them, very emotionally, mentally upsetting and everything. So there they are. So do you want me to go on, Brenda, or do you want me to pick up where you were?
Whichever. You can keep telling your story, and then we can talk about
I'll just have this up. Yeah,
okay.
And then we can talk about that.
Okay, so I'll try really hard to wrap it up quickly.
No, you're fine.
It's a great story.
So there was a group of people from YouTube. YouTube was all the rage, that was before Instagram and Twitter and all the rest. And so they said, hey, let's meet in person. And somebody said, 2 of us live in Vegas. Let's do it in Vegas. So henceforth, our first one was in Vegas. And that's why we were going there for our anniversary back to Vegas. And so they got together. 42 people were at that first event, and they had a couple of vendors there, and they all got together and they said, we should do this again. And both of the gals had young babies and young children. That said, yeah, we can't do that. So Antonio, who's our founder, she said, okay, guys, I will do this, but I want to switch it to a nonprofit, and I want to start a nonprofit so that we can have a purpose for getting together. So henceforth it started. So therefore, Connie Bailey was our first grant recipient, and she was the twin, so that's really exciting, to see that they both had weight loss surgery, both doing great. And then after that, we put a grant process in process. So it's actually not a good thing if you know any of the board members personally, just saying.
Let me ask you this. Is her picture on this? Is her picture on
Yes, she's the first
graphic?
one.
She's the very first one right here.
Yes, they are in order, starting from left to right,
great.
and then left to right, all the way down, like a snake down.
Oh, wow.
So that's Connie Bailey.
And I see you have some guys on here too, which is great because not a lot of guys get the surgery, so it's just great that you guys are very inclusive.
Well, yeah, you see, there's a lot of diversity on there, male and female, and actually two of our 3 photos that are missing are guys. So I do want to get them on there. If you go to our webpage, WLSFA.org, and go to grant recipients, you will see the 32, all 32 of them. Just scroll down. You'll see their before and afters.
Brittany, would you be able to pull up that site? Because I'd also like to kind of segment from this into kind of how you raise money for these grant recipients. I think that'd be a good transition. And pulling up the site, we can talk a little bit about what that looks like between the 5K and about your event that's coming up, which really we're all really excited about. ProCare Health, which is our sponsor today, is actually going to be a sponsor, and Laura has given me the opportunity to be able to talk. I'm going to be talking about support groups at that event, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, here we go.
Yeah, click on grant recipients.
Okay.
So just kind of scroll down, because that's all of them, the before and afters.
Oh my gosh. Before and afters are always so fun to look at too,
Wow. Look at Connie's before and after. That's amazing. The first one
my
we were
gosh.
talking about.
By the way, she's like 3 feet. She's very short.
Oh, really? She's like us
Connie.
then, Laura.
Yeah, I know. She's a friend, right?
Oh my gosh, some of these are just unbelievable. I'm kind of scrolling slow so everybody can see.
Thanks for doing that, Brittany. That helps a lot.
Yeah. Can
Oh,
should I zoom in a little bit maybe?
I think
Yeah,
just
just
I
a
think
little
just
bit.
scrolling is good because people, you can do it faster and people can see all of them.
Oh my gosh, Gina's here is amazing.
By the way, Gina had a like almost a 70 BMI,
Uh-huh.
and if she didn't get weight loss surgery, she would have died. Yeah.
So I mean,
Mm.
when we say saving lives one grant at a time, it really is true. It's not, you know.
Yes. Yes, because we know the individual stories. That some of those stories are theirs to tell. But
And it
yeah,
looks like there's a couple questions, Laura. Somebody asked, did they get the
Yeah.
sleeve? Somebody said it went dark on their end, but I pulled it up and I can see everything okay.
okay.
So,
So yeah, so some got the sleeves, some got gastric bypass.
Mm-hmm.
We are actually anyway. So I don't want to give out too many announcements that we're going to be having, but yes, most of them are sleeve or gastric bypass. Like Gina had bypass. Scott, over here on the bottom on the left, these are the ones
Right
that
here.
just had their surgeries. So Scott had his in December, I believe, and he actually lives in Las Vegas, and he had gastric bypass. Oh, and both of them did, and Katie McKinstry, she also had a gastric bypass. And I just did an interview with Katie last week, and so it's on our Facebook page. The interview I did
Oh,
with her.
great.
that
We'll
was
link
fun.
the
I wouldn't
Facebook
listen to
page
it.
too.
It's By the way, it's fun. I just love doing interviews, with people. And the one I did with Katie, I've talked to her a lot, and so it's very funny. I mean, it's very casual. I guess like I'm being casual here. I'm a casual gal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Um,
like the most easiest and it's more fun that way, I think too.
Yeah, well, good.
Hey,
Anything else you guys want
Brittany.
to share on the website?
Yeah, I would love for you to pull up where it says events. That if you click on the first
Yes.
conference
In
there, it's going to
conference,
have
yeah.
a graphic that Laura would love to share on that. We
Yes.
may have to make it a little bigger or something or smaller there. There you go.
Yeah, I think
Um,
that's all the necessary thing. I think it's just, oh, that's it. That's all you need. You want me to talk about that now, or do you want to wait?
oh, go ahead.
Okay, so as we talked about, I will say that we do not have any paid staff. Okay, on our board, nobody gets paid. We don't have any employees. 100% volunteer, and so that means that our volunteers are passionate. Everybody
Yeah.
on the board has had surgeries, different surgeries. We have sleeves, bands, and gastric bypass. So we all had different kinds of surgeries. So that's kind of an exciting thing. So so all the funds that we have go towards our grants. That's how it's always been. So one of the main reasons we do this is through having an event every year, and we have fun. It's a conference. We give out great information from professionals as well as patient speakers. For example, Brenda is going to come and she's going to speak. She's going to speak about as a nutritionist, right? Are you an RD, Brenda?
I am actually a nurse.
Oh, she's a nurse. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We need to put you to use in some other ways. Okay.
I'll do whatever
She
you
has
want
so
me
many
to
letters
do.
behind her name.
I know.
Whatever you want me to do.
Anyways, we have professionals that speak, and this year we're so excited to have some very well known surgeons that come, and they're with us and they speak, and patients. So we have some, and a lot of fun. By the way, we have a lot of fun. Let me just go through the top. So we have professional patient speakers. So Friday and Saturday night are special nights. So on Friday night we have Vintage Vegas Friday night. One of our surgeons, Dr. Carl Pesta, is a Frank Sinatra. What do you call it? Super fan, seriously. So he's going to come and he's going to not only talk with us and give us a motivational talk, but he's going to do a Sinatra tribute. Is that cool? I've heard him. He's like amazing. Yeah, by the way, I'm not going to say what his car license plate is, but it's related to Sinatra. Okay. Okay. So then what we do is we have a 5K walk run. The reason we do that is it's so exciting. Sometimes people that had surgery, they've never walked, like me.
They've never been able to do it. Yeah.
I couldn't walk more than 20 feet, seriously, without running out of breath. 5 foot 2.5, weighing 352 pounds. That's what I weighed the day of surgery. And so that's a lot of it. So there's a lot of tears. Some people have advanced to the fact that they run. So we have runners and walkers, and it's very, very emotional. That's an extra thing. And I think it's like $35, and you get a cool t-shirt and a cool medal, right? And so the other thing is we have contests within that, and many fundraisers that we're still doing. Remember, this is a fundraiser. This is what is going to help us save lives. The more money we raise, the more surgeries we can do. Okay, so we're having an after-hours zero-proof lounge. So a lot of times, we always have something in a destination location, henceforth Vegas. And a lot of times we stop every night at 9 o'clock so that people want to go into the city, wherever we are, go into Vegas, they can do that and have fun. But what I have discovered over the years, most people stay at the hotel. And if they're staying at the hotel, some people are going and, in my world, we call it fellowship. They're spending time in rooms and everything. But a lot of people are staying in their rooms because there's nothing for them to do. Maybe they don't know people and they haven't been invited to go into Vegas, although they'd like to. So this is our first year of having something that we're calling After Hours Zero Proof Lounge. What does that mean? Guess what it means? It means alcohol will not be served. However, you can go to the bar and get something and bring it in, right? We will be having non-alcoholic drinks at that, right? But people, we're not going to throw people out. We're just not going to serve it in that particular room, okay? And I'm looking for a comedian or a singer that can do kind of lounge type stuff, clean, please, and no fat jokes, right?
Yeah.
We had that one time. Yeah, it didn't go so good. Anyway.
Oh boy. Read the room,
Anyway, so it was the same year that we had Lisa Minnelli, so it kind of balanced her out, right?
Oh yeah, she's great.
So people can have fun. There's an amazing, I think they have 2 big swimming pools that you can go out and do that, whatever you want to do. So the next thing we have is an expo with you in mind. That means that it's going to be products and services that are especially for bariatric patients. And we're so glad that ProCare Health is going to be with us. And by the way, you have to stop by their table and get some of that chocolate. Oh my God. I just want to tell you, I'm not a chocolate eater.
But you liked it, didn't you?
I did. I totally did. And yeah. And I liked your were they caramels?
Yes.
Your caramel bites.
They're so good.
So I ate most of them, but I brought them home and I just kind of nibble at them a little bit. I think I only have about 10 left. But I started eating those like candy because, you go, oh, well, they're calcium. It's like, yeah, no. You can't eat, you have to hold back, but they're very, very good. Okay, the other thing is you meet great people and much, much more. And at this time, when we haven't been gathering together as weight loss surgery patients, and we can go online and we can talk to people and we can talk about, deep things and get help. But I feel like we were made as people to be together, and that we're suffering because we're not together. So come and you can be with people. And then also lastly is Saturday. Well, we have something on Sunday, but Saturday night we have our anniversary gala. People will dress to the nines or they will come in jeans. There's you just come how you want. Okay. Sunday morning, we have a quiche goodbye for people that are staying. A lot of people will leave on Saturday, but whoever's there on Sunday will be there throughout the whole time. We are raffling things out, really some great stuff, like a bicycle.
Oh my gosh.
We have 2 Vitamixes. We have things from all different. So come, and there it is, March 11th through the 13th. Registration is $137. Hotel is $139. that includes the $29 resort fee. So, it's a good deal. All right. Did I said that pretty fast, right?
Yeah.
It was perfect.
Okay,
it was perfect.
What's next on the website?
Well, I also want to show at the bottom of that page is a link where they can stomp out obesity for the 5K run, and then also pre-order an event t-shirt if they're so inclined to. I want to mention that because I want to make sure they don't forget to scroll down. At the bottom of the page, it also has how they can register and book. So I put the link in both Facebook and our Crowdcast in case anybody is interested. This event too, I also want to mention, is mainly it's for patients, but there are professionals there as well. Like, I've had weight loss surgery. Laura's had weight loss surgery. There's a lot of people who are part of bariatric surgery programs and that have had surgery and then just want to be part of the camaraderie and all of that's going on.
Yeah, so there it is. The Bike with Bill is sold out. And if we have spots, you can get them. It just depends on how many bikes we can get. That's why it's sold out, And Stomp Out Obesity, the 5K. By the way, that's another way we raise support throughout the year. We usually have a virtual 5K going on along the, at different times during the year. And by the way, ProCare Health has sponsored our medals, for a couple of years.
We do it every year.
Yeah, and so we're really happy about that. We have been virtual before virtual wasn't cool, just so you know. So that's something that you can do, and we've been able to raise grants just from the 5Ks during the year. So again, we're all about fundraising. That's why we exist, to fundraise and raise money so that people that don't have surgery can have it. Oh, let me also tell you this. I want to give a shout out to the surgeons who have done surgeries, because the surgeons, they donate their OR hours as well as the pre and post-op appointments. So shout out to them.
That's amazing.
Do you have specific surgeons that you've been working with, Laura, or can, like, say somebody's from, like, you're from the West Coast, somebody's from the East Coast, would they have to fly in to do this, or would they be able to
no,
do it
we
anywhere?
prefer that they do it locally. We prefer that the person that wants the grant, actually, they can't even get an application until a surgeon is found for them. And we ask them actually to find a surgeon. And if this, a lot of times they haven't heard about us. We're getting a little bit more well known now as the time goes on. But if they haven't heard of us, we will call and talk to the surgeon and tell them who they are. We will throw out some names of surgeons that have done surgeries for us, that most surgeons that are part of ASMBS will recognize the names of many of our surgeons.
So, Laura, two things before we kind of get off the website. Number one, if they want to be a part, like if they want to be able to donate to help other people, this is a great way to do it by attending. If they can't attend, is there a way for them to donate if they are interested? And then also, let's say they're interested in being a grant recipient. How do they go about that?
Okay, so if they're interested in being a grant recipient, go to grants. Hold on. I think it's grants. Just click on grants. So our grant process is closed for this year, but we're going to reopen in August. And so go down a little bit. And so what they can do is they can they can sign up there. There's a place for them to sign up. Let me see.
Yep, right here.
Yeah, sign up. And then when we open up, we will send people the information. That whole page will open up as well, and we will start having Zoom meetings for people to go on, and where I'm usually the one that does that will tell everybody the process and answer their questions, and we go from there. Okay?
Wonderful.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
And maybe you were going to cover this later. Maybe I'm jumping ahead, so I apologize. But in case anyone's wondering, how long does the process usually take? I mean...
Yes. Okay. So I'm not going to carry that later on. So this is, by the way, that's the first thing. So let me tell you. So let me tell you this year. Okay, give this an example because we just finished up with our grant recipients, and some of them haven't even been notified yet. So I'm not
wow.
So we opened up this last year in July. We were going to do it in May, then we did it in July because of COVID. So next year it's going to from here on out always be in August, right? So we open up and people, they can't apply. We ask them to basically request an application, and before they can request an application, there's some things that they need to do. So I met with people. So we probably started handing out applications in September. Okay, we open up always until December 31st. So from September to 31st, the people are trying to fill out their applications. We're still handing out applications and stuff. And when they have to mail them, we don't have online forms because we want people to go the extra mile, and do that through the mail.
Yeah.
And that way we also know that we get it, and we also know we're going to get it at the deadline. So we don't open them before. On December 31st this year, I opened all of them up. And usually we black out the names so that people can't see them. This year, because the board hasn't gone through the process, I did black out the names, okay, because it's the board that's going to be doing this in the future. If it's just patients, we black out the names so they can't see the names, they can't see where they're located. We don't ask for photos, so they can't guess on their ethnicity. So that's why we feel that it's like very fair. Okay, so then we go ahead. Did you want to say something, Brittany?
No, I was just saying, yeah, I mean, I understand because you do want to make sure that it's fair and it's unbiased, and they're getting it because they deserve this.
Yeah, that's why I said it's not necessarily a good thing to know us as board members if you need surgery. So anyway, so then what we do is the selection committee begins to meet once I usually gather up all of the applications, make sure everything's in order, get them to the selection committee. The selection committee starts meeting usually like mid-January. This year we didn't start meeting until February just because of things and everything. So people are still not knowing necessarily where they are in the process, and then we just we were done. It's February now, so we were already done. So we just finished, by the way, at the end of January. And so now we're in the process of checking on so let me just skip ahead. So we still have a few things to do. People will be notified, but the world won't be notified till our event. So they're in the process of being notified. We've already done the selection of them. And like I said, some of them don't know yet, but they will know in the next couple of days. And then what we do is we back out and we hand them over to the surgical center, and they come in as basically self-pay patients. Okay. So the time that they have the surgery and everything is totally dependent on the surgeon and their scheduling, basically. We started last year assigning board members to them to follow it, to kind of like be their mentor if the board member wants to do that. This year, because we've done it and it's been fairly successful, we're going to start recruiting from the general public to have people be their mentors. So that's basically it.
Laura, how many applicants did you have this last year, and how many were you able to donate this last year?
Okay, so let me start with the Zoom calls. I was in Zoom calls, several Zoom calls, and there were probably 200 people that went through the Zoom calls, right? Oh, so wow. The applications that I sent out, I think 10 applications. By the way, I got over 1,500 interests, okay? So here we are, 1,500 down to 200 in the Zoom call. And there was a few others that I talked to apart from the Zoom call. And so I handed out 10 applications because they met the requirements. They found a surgeon and things like that. And so how many applications were actually sent in? 5.
Oh, wow.
And how many applicants, how many surgeries are we going to do? We know for sure that we're going to do 2. And the other two that, so we rank those, by the way, like if we have enough for one grant, if we have enough for two, three, like that. And so we're pretty sure that we have enough for the third one, but we don't know because of our event. We need to wait and see how much profit we're going to make on our event. So if anybody feels a tug at their heart to give, because we do need some money, you can go and you can donate on our first page. Do you want to go to the homepage?
Yes.
And then
I would love to do that. So I'm sorry, you said go to the homepage and scroll down.
Yes, and you'll see where it says to donate.
Make a donation.
Oh, there it is. Make a donation.
This red box right here.
Uh-huh.
I'll just go ahead and click it and see. Yeah, so you can. It looks like you can make any amount that you feel comfortable with, and there's even a custom amount. So I would think that if $5 is too much and you wanted to give $1, or you wanted to give more than $500, then you have that option, which is great.
That's right. That is like really great. We have a grant that we get every year from a foundation that's a family foundation that one of the family members had weight loss surgery. So, I mean, it's so exciting when we get that donation, because that's somebody that understands, that had enough money to get surgery, but understands that. I don't want you don't need to do this, but we also under grants, you'll see memorial grants. Go ahead and do that. Do we have time to do that?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Absolutely.
Do the memorial grants.
Click on the first one here.
I think if you had, go ahead and hit, let's do, I guess they're separately. So let me tell you about John. John Farrell is a man that was in need of weight loss surgery, and he passed before he got it. Okay. And so his family, by the way, we didn't know them. We didn't know John. We didn't know his family. But as a part of their memorial service, they asked people to donate to our foundation. So we have a grant in his name, and the person that got that grant was Scott Diltz, who I'll be interviewing pretty soon. And I actually have become a good friend online with his mom, and I keep her, like when Scott was chosen, I let her know, and she's just really, really happy, to see that. So you can see, we actually need to update this, that the grant was awarded, and we'll put his things on it. So that's really a great thing. Go to the next one. Go to, the next one is
Linda.
Yes. So if anybody has come to any of the groups that are out there, if they've gone to OAC or Obesity Help or to Wlsfa, you know Linda. Linda passed away just a few months ago, and we all know her. I mean, she was a light, fun. I've walked with her. We heard I usually come earlier than everybody else, and so we usually take a walk. And so I know her very well, as do a lot of people. To know Linda was to love her, and so we decided that we would have a grant for her. So if you know her, that grant hasn't been filled yet, so please donate in her name. Okay. I see you're shaking your head. Did you know Brenda?
I think I remember meeting her before, and she was a sweet soul. I don't know that I knew her personally, but I just remember seeing her.
She was always around and always noticeable, right? All right, so go to the next one, which is Lois.
I mean, I did not meet her, but just looking at that picture, I mean, she looks like she just lit up a room,
It was hard to find a picture. We have a lot of crazy pictures with her with crazy hats and all kinds of things.
Her just having a good time being her, it sounds like.
This is Lois Godofsky. And she was at all of those events too. OAC, OH, and WSFA. And she was also a light, just a support for everybody who knew her, or even if you came close, she was a great support person. So, so we lost her. Also, it wasn't related to, neither one of them was related to weight loss surgery. Both of them they were very far out. And from surgery, successful, you can tell, successful post-ops. And so Lois has not been filled. So we're really waiting to fill that so that we can award that as well to somebody. So we just started this year because these are people that are part of the weight loss surgery community as a whole.
Yeah.
And so we really felt like we need to honor them. They supported all of the foundations, all of the events, and they went that extra mile. They went that extra mile to participate and to be out there and always inviting people and things like that. So that's our 3 memorial grants. And by the way, we're willing to do that if somebody in the same situation, like John. John, it hurts my heart, when I think about John, and that he missed out on his life being saved, and he did pass on obesity related issues.
Yeah, that's hard. That's tough.
Yeah,
but at least something positive is coming out of it.
Yes,
it is. And I mean, coming from working with a weight loss surgery program before, and that was over just, fairly short amount of time, 8 years. I know of several people that died in the process, and they were young, of waiting to have weight loss surgery, because, it is a process. If you have a lot of comorbidities, you have high blood pressure, diabetes, some of them had to lose a little weight before surgery, and it was just very difficult for them because of all the other things going on. Because a lot of surgeons want you to be at least like closer to 60 or 65. Every program is different before having surgery. So it is kind of sad, but that's awesome that they have somebody, his family donated that as a grant.
Yes, exactly. And other people added to it. We put it out there for people to add to it as well, too. So, yes. Okay, so moving on, what else do you want me to talk about?
Well, let's go ahead. We can exit out of the website here. And Laura, I think, how about talking a little bit about this year's conference? What you, maybe some of the, I don't know if you want to talk about some of the other speakers or some of the content, or what people can plan, what they can look forward to if they decide to attend. I think that would be something to talk about.
I can talk on whatever you want me to talk about.
Is there anywhere you want me to bring that up on the website, or should I go ahead and stop sharing?
No, I think we're good. Yeah, okay. I think that we're good. I would just encourage people to go to wlsfa.org and just look and, look around there. And also if you, I think our Instagram is official WLSFA, and isn't that a catchy one? When I go to conferences, people are, are like, very typical, what's your Insta? And I go, official WSFA. And, we need to change that to save a life today or something, and Facebook also, you have to type out the words Weight Loss Surgery Foundation of America. So we have a public page and also a friends page on there. So we love doing these events. It's a lot of work, but it's always worth it. I've surveyed people, by the way, to find out why they come. And do you know what the number one reason is? Can you guess? By the way,
motivation.
What'd you say?
Motivation.
To be with other people.
I would say community. Yeah.
To meet the friends that they were at the last meeting, with, and they become good friends. Maybe they became friends online, social media, and now they're meeting people in person. You hear a lot of, at the registration desk, oh, there you are. I met you for the first time. Just like we saw Berry Retreat, right? At Berry Retreat, there was a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
Again, we were made to be together, right? And we're best when we're together. Okay, sometimes people bug us, right? But for the most part, that's the number one reason. I've surveyed people every year. The second thing that why people come to ours is because of the education, and then the expo. Those are the reasons. Because bariatric products are expensive. Let's just get it out there. But, the things that you get at, the big stores, box stores, I guess that's what they call them, they might or might not have what we need as bariatric patients, So people that sell bariatric, for bariatric people that have had weight loss surgery, they know us, and they can, like here we are, ProCare Health, that they know us, and they're marketing to us, the chocolate they have is protein. And it tastes good. By the way, I'm not a chocolate lover. I told you, I'm not a chocolate lover. At the very retreat, we had what do you call it? Marshmallow s'mores, right? And
Yes.
yeah, well, okay. So the marshmallow was a bit of a deal, but but the chocolate was amazing. Okay, so that's why they come. You know, there are services there. We have right now we have one plastic surgeon, Dr. Katzen, who's very well known. I think like 95% of his patients are weight loss surgery patients or patients that have lost large amounts of weight. You know, and he has several places around. I think it's in the West that he goes to, and he's great. People don't really in the community know who he is. There might be one other one that we're adding to it, so you definitely want to come and see Dr. Katz, and he gives free consultations that usually cost money. But there are some requirements, like we don't. He only has a limited amount of time, so if you're like pre-op or you're just out 3 months or something, you probably don't want to go see him, but you want to.
Yeah.
He is going to speak, so you can go and hear him speak, right, and find out a little bit more about his program. We're going to have a demo. We're just going to talk on support groups. This is the first time we've done that, and I'm really looking forward to it. We want healthy support groups out there for our bariatric world, right? We're having, let's see who else is speaking. We have a guys panel, right? There's going to be a guys
that's
panel.
great. That's wonderful.
Yeah, and then the other thing that we're going to do is we are going to have somebody come and do a social media talk. That means they want people to bring your phones. Of course, they're going to be hooked to everybody's SIP anyway. But anyway, bring your phones, bring your iPads, bring your tablets, whatever. And it's going to be a workshop on how to do things and why and what you will avoid. So I'm really excited about that. We're also going to be recruiting volunteers that we're going to have people sign up to have have an appointment with me and one of our other board members individually, and then we'll also have an opportunity breakfast on Sunday morning, I guess it is, as a group to talk about the Wlsfa and basically introduce our volunteers that we've selected. Again, everything is done by volunteers, and the board is tired. We're not young, we're not young anymore, Everybody on the board has another gig, has a side gig, by the way. They work a side gig, they have a real gig. So we have that, and golly, I should have brought my thing. I'm working on the schedule now. We're hoping to get the schedule out by this weekend, by the way. So we are having nutritionists speak. We're having Connie Stapleton is going to be there. We also, for the first time, we're going to have a casual, I guess we might call it table talk, or it's in our lounge area that we have. Connie is going to come and moderate a group of people that have had problems since weight loss surgery. There's a lot of times people that have had problems, they're afraid to say stuff online because, they don't want to discourage people from having weight loss surgery, but they have problems. Sometimes it's related to the surgery itself, and sometimes it's just who they are, and so it's going to be an open discussion where they can discuss things, and Connie's going to be there as a psychologist to help. Okay. I think, I guess that's in a nutshell. We're lots of fun, like I said. The surgeons are going to speak also. We're going to have I'm sorry, I'm stumbling around here. We're going to have a panel of surgeons that will answer people's questions, and then they're still letting me know what they want to talk about because they're surgeons. They're busy people.
They're busy.
That's exactly right. We're glad to have them, and they're great. It's Dr. Matt LeMay, and it is Carl Pesta, and who is the third one? Oh wait, you can tell I'm old. I'm sorry, I don't have a.
No, it's okay.
Is it the Dr. Kazan that you were talking about, or is it maybe someone else?
Katz? No, I don't think so. Well, Katzen is the surgeon, and there's I know why I'm forgetting on purpose because we have a few that have not. They're still thinking about it. I had to go. We had all of our agenda filled, and then we had COVID, and so I'm having to go back and reconfirm for I think the third time. because of all the schedules. We are having our event. Let me put this in. We are having our event for sure. And people are asking about what about mandates and stuff that are out there. By the way, they're changing every day, right?
Yeah,
so
they
what
are.
we are going to do is we will, right now, what we're planning on, for sure, we're having masks, bring your own, or we will supply them, and we will have sanitizing stations. And then apart from that, whatever is local, whatever is the local mandates, that's what we will go by. So if they want, vaccination cards, and if they want testing, we will do that. Right now, if we were to have it today, we wouldn't be requiring that because Nevada's not requiring that. Okay.
It's good to know.
We're planning on social distancing. If we have to do that, the rooms are big enough to do that. We made sure of that so that we can social distance. We'll just put everything in the large room and social distance. So anyway, so we want to make sure that everybody is safe. I'm vaccinated, I'm boosted, and so that's where I am. And I had COVID, by the way. I guess after I had, like 2 weeks ago, I had Omicron.
Oh, you had it recently then. Wow.
Yeah, it was very doable. I mean, for me.
I was going to say, you make it okay?
Oh, yeah, my husband has cancer, so we all stayed away from him, and he didn't.
Yeah.
But pretty much my whole family got it. That is, my daughter has 7 kids, and my son has 5, so all of them got it. And did fine.
Oh my gosh,
that's good. Yeah, I had it in November, and it was pretty rough.
Did you have the Omicron? I heard that Delta was. Oh, here we are talking about.
I don't know if I had what variant I had, to be honest with you, or if I just had like the original one. I don't know. My symptoms were pretty horrible, though. I was down for about a week, and I was fully vaccinated whenever.
So I had a burning throat was the worst thing. Burning throat and some congestion, and a headache, and my limbs were really tired and stuff. But
I was so tired.
And a temperature for a couple of days, but so okay, we better go on, otherwise we're going to get into politics.
No, not here today.
it's the whole thing is everywhere, so it is what it is. Well, I think I know. Good, you're not canceling.
No,
that's
we're not
good to
canceling at all.
Oh, that's wonderful. And then I guess I think we're going to sum things up because we're right at time, but I feel like that we hit every single thing plus more of what our intention was. And so, honestly, Laura, I remember meeting you probably almost 10 years ago.
Wow.
I do. And you told me the story back then. I think it was like when your organization was pretty, I mean, it was newer. And it was in my other role before I joined ProCare Health as a
thought you looked familiar.
Yes, I work for a surgery program. And I talked to you. I used to go to a lot of the conferences, through the surgical program I work for. And I remember talking to you. It was when Wlsfa was fairly in the newer stages. And I don't remember how many, I'm thinking maybe 5 or 10 grants that you had given at that time. So I'm just excited to see things growing.
One year we were 5. What state was that?
Missouri. Well, I don't remember what state it was that I went to for the conference.
It's all right. It's important.
Yeah, I just remember meeting you way back, and
because you look familiar to me. So
have the same passion as you did back then. But that's everything. Do you have anything else you want to add? I don't know if there's any comments. Anybody have any questions that's listening on Facebook or on podcast?
I've seen a lot about wanting that chocolate.
Chocolate.
Hey, I think that I should get a credit on that. Send it to the Wlsfa. Anyway, I just will say, I forgot to say this because this is a new thing. We are actually having special sessions for pre-ops. Not necessarily either people that are have scheduled surgery or they're in the process, or people that are that are interested in. So if anybody out there has people, I've been wanting to do this for so long. So the people that are pre-op or want surgery, but they're not deciding, and maybe they have insurance, that they can come and see people living life, for so long I was observer of a life, and then I had surgery, and now I'm a liver. I'm a liver of life.
I love that though.
Yes.
And I'm thriving. So I really want to invite people that can come and get a vision for what their life could be.
And I want to add to that, Laura, because I feel like that's so important for me. Like before I had weight loss surgery, my surgery was back in 2013. I had the sleeve. And I don't know that I would have been, I don't hate to use the word brave, but that's the truest word I can think of. Brave enough to have surgery unless I saw so many people going through it and having so much success. Like my first year as a program coordinator for the program I work for, probably about 80 or 95% of our patients were bariatrics, were employees. So through the program I work for. And so seeing all those people and seeing the benefits, they way far exceed, people are going to have bumpy roads sometimes. There's no lie about that. But I feel like it's such a wonderful thing. And there's some comments here too.
Yes, I see Letitia.
Yes. And Enid said,
Letitia,
I had my surgery 2 months ago.
Come be with us. Come be with us.
Oh,
Letitia.
So ready, but the wait is discouraging. And there's someone also, Cleo, on our Facebook page says, looking forward to seeing everyone in Vegas. So it looks like she's already signed up.
Oh,
awesome.
Good. Yeah, that's great. Come up to me, Cleo, and say hello. And Letitia, really, come. You're going to be encouraged. And it's something that you can do before waiting. And I know that a lot of surgery started happening a few months ago, and then with the latest, issues and stuff, they stopped scheduling again. So Letitia, come be with us. We want you to be with us.
And it will open back up. There's no doubt. It will.
Oh yeah, it will. You just have to be patient, unfortunately. And
I'm in Oregon, and it is starting to open up. And I'm in Oregon, by the way. And so if they're opening up, everything's going to open up pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, if you're a little, if you're having some reservations about coming to any event, not even just the WLSFA one, but you're worried that you won't fit in or you won't make friends, or it is impossible not to meet at least one person with the group of people that go to these events. You guys, my first event that I went to was the retreat in San Diego that we were talking about when we met Laura, and it was kind of overwhelming at first to just see how welcoming everyone was and accepting of each other. And there were plenty of people there that were also pre-op, that had not even had surgery, that were, just like you, Letitia, they were waiting. And I think it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and it kind of helped them solidify what they already felt, and I think that no amount of money can really purchase that for you, that trust and transparency. And I'm just saying, any event, if you can make it, come, because this is a great community of people, and they're here for you, so why not?
Can I just tell Letitia then to Letitia, I see she's in Oregon. Is that cool or what? Letitia, email me at info@wlsfa.org. Okay?
info@wlsfa.org.
WLSFA. Yes.
WLSFA.org, right?
Weight loss surgery. WLS.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Okay, FA. Okay.
Okay. I was saying it too fast. I wanted to put it in the chat box so people could.
I should have done that. Anybody
no, it's
who wants
okay.
to talk to me, go ahead and do it. Okay, I'm done.
Oh, that's wonderful. And it looks like Enid said, I have tears of joy for others that are able to do the surgery with WLSFA. And she also says she had the sleeve done. She's lost 101 pounds.
Wow.
She follows a fairly low carb lifestyle. And I think,
Yes.
really, it's kind of like for those of you who are kind of on that maintenance phase, like really still being true to your lifestyle. And because it is a journey, it doesn't end with just the surgery. It doesn't end a year post-op. It ends. It really never ends. You just continue on. And some people will have this a little bit. Some people are more like that. But I would just say sharing your stories is important. It looks like Kathy has something here too. She says, I appreciate hearing all about the different events. This is a new aspect of BS life that greatly intrigues me. I need to get better at finding the dates and times. She meant bariatric surgery.
Because you're new to the thing, we call it WLS, weight loss surgery. I love that BS. That's my laugh for the day. Sometimes it is, by the way, just saying.
That's funny. I've never heard of that before, but now I'm not going to unsee it now.
I know.
And Kathy,
Thanks, Kathy,
you know, to be honest with you, the last couple of years, there hasn't been a whole lot of patient events with COVID. So, I mean, this past year is really, like, I'd say, like, the back end of 2021 and the beginning of 2022 is really when you're starting to see these patient events. So, the best thing I would say is, you know, for these organizations, get on their email list so you can get updates and reminders about upcoming events and
even if you can't come to this next one, maybe you have something going on like Brittany, her husband's birthday. But
I am bummed I'm not going to be there. I really am.
It is.
I know.
So everybody has a life. So get on the reminders though. So sign up for the newsletter on the website so that you can, you know, stay in touch, and maybe next year will be different, or just kind of enjoy it as you see pictures and other things through other people's eyes. Sometimes that'll be enough to motivate or inspire you in some way as well. So I think we're right at the hour.
That's
and I
good,
just
right?
want to thank, maybe prepare a document for the website of links of these organizations. Kathy, there is actually some talk that one of the organizations out there, the Bariatric Society, may be starting to do something like that and putting together patient events and professional events. I don't know really of any organization that does that right now, but I think it's a wonderful thing for the future, because I think it's going to be happening soon. All of those are going to be coming together. There is.
You find a lot of those things on Instagram, by the way. So a lot of Instagram. Go over there and just search for WLS.
Yes. She says on Crowdcats with all the other handouts. I like that idea, Brittany. We can maybe even look at that. Like all the
I could probably work on that this weekend.
ProCare is going to be attending. Like, we have a whole list of things we're going to be attending, and that's probably a primary list for patients as well. Some of them are professionals, some of them are patients, but we'll look at doing that.
I'll write that down. I'll make a note to work on that.
So, thank you, everyone. And Laura, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Yes,
I look forward to spending time with you. And
this has been fun.
Yes. And I will send you follow up. I'll send you a video of this. It'll be on our Facebook page that you can share as well. And this is replayable for anybody who's just logging on and wanting to hear the whole thing. So, thank you, everyone, and all of you have a wonderful week, and we look forward to seeing you next week it'll be on Wednesday. We had to reschedule today's because of the weather. So next
I
week
didn't have
Wednesday.
power. Sorry.
I'm doing it at Lake Las Vegas.
Yes.
Not in Lake Las Vegas, but at Lake Las Vegas. Okay.
Where it's warm.
Yes, that's right. Yes, exactly. Okay. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Laura. It was so good to see you.
Yes.
I'll see you soon. I just won't be at Vegas, but I'll see you soon.
Okay. All right. That's good.
Bye, guys.